Hello, folks. We are in Ohio, and we both are hopefully getting rid of some cold type stuff in our sinuses. So if we sound a little weird, we will, normal for me. So Angie's going to take us into our medical side. Oh, by the way, I'm Steve.
I'm Angie.
Yeah, and we're not quite serving camps this week.
Yep.
We're in transition.
Yeah, we took last week and we spent a couple of days in Washington, D.C., seeing the Bible Museum. That was pretty much the reason that we went to D.C., because the last time we were in D.C. it wasn't open. So we saw the wonderful Bible Museum. Excellent place. Recommend it for everybody. But somewhere along the lines of when we took the transit down in, we'd take public transportation into DC, and handrails and that kind of stuff, we picked up a cold somewhere. So today, along that lines, we will be talking about medical care, health care, and how important it is when you're on the road. And a couple of things that we came across things that were important to us when we researched medical for being on the road, was it had to be nationwide. We didn't want to have to pay out-of-network costs, which if you have regular health insurance, a lot of times they'll have a network. And if you go outside of that network, whether it's an emergency or like a sinus infection or strep or something that you need to get antibiotics for, we didn't want to have to pay an extra fee or have it dinged against us because we were out of network. Because we're most of the time out of network anyhow, because we're out of state.
Yeah.
We're only in South Dakota a couple months a year, sometimes less than that, sometimes more than that, but usually average couple months a year. So when we started this journey, we started with Medi-Share, and some of you may have heard of it. It is a healthcare sharing organization. We were new at the whole healthcare sharing industry, and so things that we found out over the 3 years that we were in with Medi-Share, it has a very large deductible. We were paying the least amount. We have fairly good health, so we were paying the least amount possible, but the deductible was well over $10,000, and we could never meet that. So we were paying insurance in addition to paying for our medical expenses because we never met the deductible on them. Granted, our reasoning for health care coverage was catastrophic. If something happened like cancer or something like that, that's usually most people's, at our age, reason for health care insurance is unless they've got some other kind of medical condition. With Medi-Share, they also have a larger deductible. They do all the bill processing for you, and they do all the discounting because they also have a network that you have to remain in. If you go out of network, you'll get charged extra fees or not get back as much as what you've paid in. But the big thing that we didn't really care about, besides the large deductible, was that there were a lot of everyday costs that Medi-Share would not allow for sharing. Things like your annual physicals and lab tests, mammograms and colonoscopies. At our age, those are pretty important, and they are getting quite costly. And so we took a look at some other healthcare sharing companies, and the one that we came across that it has been the best for us for the past 5 years now it's called Christian Healthcare Ministries, and the website for that is chministries.org. They're less expensive. They offer both, if you want a limited amount of coverage, but you can also pay in so that if you have catastrophic, so that there's no limits. So they have it broken down by person in your family, and if you're an actual family that has kids that you're paying insurance on or paying sharing on, then you only pay for one child, no matter how many kids you have. So I would suggest, looking into them. You have to read up on the current guidelines. Like I said, they're less expensive. Their deductible is a whole lot less. Currently, we have the Gold Plan, and we have what's called Brother's Keeper, which makes it so that there's no limitation on healthcare costs that can be shared. And we also have CH Ministries also has where they don't have restrictions on what you can share. So for us, our annual physicals, our lab tests, all of that can be shared if it's over a certain amount. When we started out, it was if the incident was over $500, we could share it, any incident throughout the year. And now they've changed that to more of a deductible, where if you go over $1,000 deductible for the year, then you can share it. So for us, it saved us money. And if you look at it and decide to join, you can use our reference code of 474762. It'll ask you when you decide to join, but it is nationwide. Actually, it's worldwide, but all bills that are submitted have to be in English and in US dollars. But one drawback is that you have to negotiate your own discounts, which isn't hard. You just tell them that most places have a cash discount if you pay cash, or if you pay up front, or if you pay within a month. They give you a discount that way. And then if it's something that is more expensive, Christian Healthcare Ministries also has a network of doctors that you can look up, and they'll recommend for different procedures, and it'll get you the least expensive with the ratings and that, so you can do your own investigations. But it has worked really well for us. Like I said, it's nationwide, so we can pick our own doctors. We're not stuck in a network. So most of our doctoring is done in Texas because we're in Texas for the longest. So sometimes doing all those tests and stuff, it takes a little bit of time to get the results back and follow up on those if there's anything that needs follow-up. But the other thing that we pair with that is we use GoodRx for our prescriptions. Now, Christian Healthcare Ministries will cover prescriptions for the first 6 months. But if it's something like for high blood pressure or cholesterol or, diabetes medicine that's ongoing, then after that 6 months, then you have to cover it yourself. And so for us, we use GoodRx. There's also Single Care out there. They're pretty much comparable to each other. But GoodRx has started actually giving rewards credits that you can then turn into gift cards. And recently I used one a couple days ago, $25 gift card for Walmart. So that's a plug for GoodRx. And then one other thing that we have that we pair with all this healthcare is our FMCA membership, which Steve is going to talk about.
I shouldn't say main, but one of the big benefits that they have is their assist program, which really has nothing to do with the medical side of your emergency, but it has everything to do with transportation, and I guess that's why I'm getting into this one. It's FMCA wants to help out, and they provide a program to where if you're an active member of FMCA, then you call their number, which you'll have provided for you, and let them know what the situation is. If medically you are needed to be transported to a medical facility, they will provide that. If your RV needs to be moved from one place to the other and you're not capable of doing it, they will provide that. If you die and your remains need to be transported to another place, they will provide that. If you have pets that need to be transported to another place, or children, they will provide that. There's a lot of benefits to it that are all part of the membership of it, that's at no additional cost, and it's a big help. I don't know if we'll ever need it, but it's there if we do.
And it's only currently $50 a year
for the membership. FMCA. And then there's different discounts for number of years that you purchase it.
Right.
So.
Right. And the thing with FMCA is that they are an organization that seeks to help the RVer. And one thing Steve didn't mention about the assist is that you don't have to be RVing if you have a medical emergency. Like, we like to take cruises. So if something happens while we're on a cruise, that will still kick in to get us our medical evacuation if we need it. So if nothing else, it's worth it for the medical assist. But there's also other discounts that they provide, discounts on tires, discounts on memberships to, last time we covered camping memberships. Well, they will provide discounts to those camping memberships, like Harvest Host and Boondockers Welcome and Pathways America. So something else to check into, but
I guess I thought this was all on medical, though.
It is.
Who knows?
But we hadn't covered FMCA before, so a little more on that, gives you something else to check into. Hope this was beneficial. Give us a thumbs up, share us with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.
Bye. Pray for us. We're sick.